Hello, and thanks for joining Prism English.
They say only 1% succeed. But have you ever stopped and asked why? Why do most people dream big and die with regrets? It's not because they weren't smart, not because they didn't want it. It's because every single day they lost the same battle, the battle with themselves. Every morning a choice appears. Hit snooze or rise early. Scroll endlessly or build relentlessly. Complain or take control. You see, life doesn't care about your intentions. It only responds to your decisions. This isn't a motivational video. This is a mirror. And today, it's you versus you.
Every day you wake up, you are at a crossroads. Two invisible roads stretch ahead of you. One is paved with comfort, routine, and excuses. The other is harder. It's steep, filled with discomfort and demands action. Most people, by default, take the easier path, not because they're weak, but because they're conditioned to avoid pain. But here's the truth. The easy path is the most crowded. That's where 99% go. They wake up late, scroll through their phones, complain about work, wait for weekends, and blame their situation on things they say they can't control. They call it life. But the 1%? They take the other road. Not because it's easier, but because they understand if you don't choose discomfort today, you'll be forced to live with regret tomorrow. They wake up when they don't want to. They work when no one is watching. They plan their future while others waste their present. They don't wait for the right moment. They create it. Because success doesn't come to the lucky, it comes to the intentional.
You think your biggest enemy is the economy, your past, your job, or the people who didn't support you. It's not. Your biggest enemy lives inside you. It whispers in your ear when things get hard. It tells you to slow down, to skip the gym, to give up on that business idea. It shows up in the form of excuses, procrastination, self-doubt, and fear. It wears many masks. Sometimes it says, "You've had a hard day. Take a break." Other times it tells you, "You're not good enough. Why even try?" Most people listen to that voice. They obey it. They feed it. But the 1%, they've learned to confront it, not avoid it, not silence it. They stare that voice in the face and act anyway. They know the voice will always be there, but they've decided it will not lead. You don't need more talent. You don't need more time. You need to stop believing that voice.
Imagine this. 10 years from now, you're standing in front of a mirror. You look older, wiser, maybe more tired. But what do your eyes say? Do they reflect fulfillment, pride, life lived fully? Or do they hold sadness, a quiet, aching regret? Not for what you did, but for what you didn't do. Because here's the test that separates the 1%. Can you look into the mirror and say, "I gave it everything"? Most people can't. Not because they failed, but because they never tried with full force. They gave half effort and expected full results. They settled. They justified. But the mirror doesn't lie. It reflects every missed opportunity, every wasted hour, every time you chose comfort over courage. The 1% don't run from the mirror. They use it.
They let it remind them of who they could be. And they chase that version every single day.
Let's get real. Motivation is a myth. If you're waiting to feel inspired every day, you'll be waiting forever. Successful people aren't driven by constant motivation. They're driven by discipline. They've built systems, habits, and routines that operate regardless of emotion. Do you think Olympic athletes feel like training every morning at 5 a.m.? Do you think entrepreneurs love every single task in building a company? Of course not, but they show up anyway because the goal is bigger than their mood. They know something you might still be learning. Feelings are fleeting, but identity is built by repeated action. You become the person who works hard by working hard. You become the person who shows up by showing up. Stop chasing motivation. Start building momentum.
Want to know a secret? The 1% don't get ahead in the spotlight. They get ahead in the silence. While the world is sleeping, they are planning. While others are watching Netflix, they are reading. While most are complaining, they are creating. It's in the silent hours, early mornings, late nights, quiet weekends that greatness is built. Not loudly, not with fanfare, but with consistent, focused effort. Success is not always glamorous. It looks like writing when you're tired. It looks like practicing alone when no one's cheering. It looks like choosing the hard thing day after day. Eventually, the world will see the results, but by then, the work has already been done, in silence.
Most people run from pain. They avoid failure. They hide from rejection. They think setbacks mean they're not good enough. But the 1%, they use pain. They understand that pain is not a stop sign. It's a signal to grow, to get stronger, to go deeper. Failure? That's feedback. Rejection? That's redirection. They don't ask, why me? They ask, what can I learn? Every scar tells a story. Every mistake builds muscle. Because while the 99% are stuck in fear, the 1% are building resilience. They've learned to turn pain into power. And that's what sets them apart.
Later sounds safe. Later feels responsible. Later gives you the illusion of control. But later is a thief. It steals your dreams quietly. It tells you there's always time until there isn't. You say, I'll start the business when I have more money. I'll get healthy when life slows down. I'll follow my passion when things are stable. But the truth is, life never slows down. Things are never perfect. The 1% know this. That's why they start now. They don't wait for certainty. They act and figure things out along the way. Every later you choose is a piece of your dream fading. So, ask yourself, if not now, when?
Forget everyone else for a second. Forget the critics, the doubters, the people who left, the ones who didn't believe. Because the truth is, it was never about them. It's always been you versus you. There's a version of you who wants to play small, who wants to stay safe, who wants to keep scrolling, keep hiding, keep waiting. But there's another version, the one you glimpse in your best moments, the one that dreams big, that dares, that believes. Which one wins? That's the battle. That's the real war. Every choice you make, every day, tips the scales. No one is coming to save you. You are the hero you've been waiting for. This isn't a motivational video. It's a mirror. Look in it and choose who you'll become.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Prism English. We'll see you next time, where English isn't just learned, it's lived.